Sky Fantasy Football. Off we go. You did all right this week.
Yeah, it went a bit over the top. I bought 4 Manchester City players on Sunday, which I'd say it was over the top. It became kind of part of a plan because of a couple of things. One of which was Emi Martinez, kind of as a contingency, deciding to buy Edison, which I've been here before. I'm on 6-Man City now. And the reason I'm on 6-Man City now as well is just looking ahead at the calendar furthermore because of the October fixtures and stuff. And literally just believing that Thiago Silva, Erling Haaland and Mo Salah after this Luton West Ham single game day basically covers me all the way up to October the 22nd, bar
Nottingham Forest.
Yeah. Which is part of the plan to obviously go and invest probably in Taiwo Awoniyi come October the 1st when Forest host, not October the 1st, sorry, Monday the 18th of September when Forest host Burnley, where there's that 5-for-1 jump on and jump back off. That's part of the plan. So I decided that it worked in a unique way where suddenly it was on and a little bit more clarity. Also going into game week 1, there were things that we didn't have then, such as Ruben Diaz starting, Josko Gvardiol starting, a bit more clarity in terms of what's happening defensively and stuff. So there felt justification for me to go in. I did it. I made 4 transfers. I sold Rashford, Saliba, Martinez and Richarlison. I think quite rightly had enough of, and despite the fixtures, made a call to go, no, need to get rid of this now. And I invested all of it into Manchester City and bought Edison, Diaz, Gvardiol and Julian Alvarez.
So 3 defensive.
Yep. 3 defensive. Very nearly nice little clean sweep at the weekend, but of course it only takes 1 shot on target for Manchester City to concede a goal, as we all know. But I think other than Edison, I was pretty confident there'd be tears for all the others in the game, and there was, in fairness. So they've all actually returned. Sure, it's only 5 for Diaz and Gvardiol, and it's only 5 for Alvarez. But they've all chipped in with a little something to start with there.
It was a 4-5 week plan for you anyway.
100%,
so
yeah.
I don't think you can judge it too early. I, similar to you, went in on 2-Man City. I just didn't go as crazy. So how are you lined up now in terms of what were your returns at the weekend and stuff? Let's get them out there.
So Friday night, I captained Thiago Silva for the 20. Obviously, I have Colwell as well for the 9 points. Was a passing tier this time, just about. He'd been, 54, 55?
He's on the nose, 60 this time.
He's 60 this time, but at least he got there. But I don't think it's going to happen too often for him. And I think, obviously, Benoit Badiashil's not going to be available this week, but it might change circumstance after the international break. So I'm very, very cautious with him at the moment. Saturday I decided to cap Rashford, which obviously did return double 14. That was the right choice over Lewis Dunk, got me 3. William Saliba got me 4 points. Richarlison got me 1, so it was the right call. Sunday obviously captained Haaland. I've got the 6-Man City and also have Mo Salah's assist as well. The other returnee for me, Nakamba, 1 point. So 101 for the week. Now 5 transfers used, up to 12k. Which, I mean, the overall's kind of irrelevant at the moment. It's more when I look in mini leagues and I look at that, I'm 6 out of 29, 6 out of 29, 24 out of 84, 31 out of 111. It feels like I'm top 3rd.
Okay.
When I look around where I am in other mini leagues, because we know there'll be people out there who've used like 15 transfers so far. And
but the mini leagues are not not those people.
No, the mini leagues do not have those
people.
Correct. So I feel like I'm, let's say 30th out of 100, if you will, or 300th out of 1,000, or 3,000 out of 10,000. That's probably where I feel like I am.
Out of a million would you be? 300.
I'd be 300,000. That's irrelevant.
I'm not too far behind. I mean, there's only 2 points between us. I had a decent week, 109 points this week. And I've used 1 less transfer now, in that I used 2 transfers over the weekend. But again, tier points all round really this week for me, other than 1 player in my squad who's not that marvellous really, to be honest with you. But Alisson picked up shot tier, save tier, I should say. Who did? Save tier,
That's a miracle.
Yeah, saved shots tier.
Yep.
Did Alisson. Dunk was a disappointment, but I couldn't care less about Lewis Dunk because I'll happily take that minus.
Yeah, but it's still it's exactly what we spoke about with the guarantee about him. Well, I mean, he had passing tier at half time, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
What did he finish
They
on?
They dominated it.
118.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I had Well, on the Friday, I had Jackson and
to be honest,
Colwill.
It's very unlucky not to hit shots here as well, because obviously you had the header cleared off the line.
Yeah.
So
I had Colwill and Jackson. I captain Jackson, so pretty much of a muchness with you. I gave Bukayo Saka one last roll of the dice as captain over Saliba on the Saturday, knowing that I was probably going to sell him on the Sunday for a Man City player. He talked me into actually steaming into City. So I got returns out. Saliba was just a pass tier, but Saka's goal and that penalty also pushed him into a shot tier as well, was particularly nice. I mentioned Colwell. On Bissouma, another tier, albeit this time just the tackle tier, but he got a yellow card.
Yeah.
But it's pass tier, tackle tier. It could be at any given moment anything. He's fine. Like he's in there. I feel like he's going to stick along.
I did say to you on this pod last
week.
You
got 3 tackles, I think.
4. I did say to you you need 4 for tier 1.
Passes?
33.
Low.
I did say to you on this pod last week that I thought that he probably wouldn't hit passing tier in that particular fixture. I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't hit it at Burnley either, because Burnley are a side that want to control the ball as well. But yeah, he's ticking in there, isn't he? If you look at bonus points at the moment, you look at sort of midfielders who've picked up say more than 5 tier points so far. I think Basuma's on 7. It's only him, and I think Johan Vissa's got a couple of shot tiers, maybe. Okay. I mean, that's sort of like that lower end of price kind point, of under 8 million.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had Rashford as well. I picked up his 7 points on Saturday. I made 2 transfers. So I sold Saka and I sold Rashford. Rashford I didn't need for captaincy for quite a while. Their fixtures get a little bit harder, and also Manchester United are a little bit rubbish at the moment, James. Saka I didn't need for captaincy moving forward because I had Saliba. I don't intend on captaining Saliba on... when did they play Fulham? Saturday?
You've just played Fulham.
Man United on the Sunday. I have no intention of captaining Saliba in that game. I'll probably go Alisson.
I like the way it's just who am I going to go?
Yeah, it's a fair shout. But I think Alisson over Saliba. I think Alisson's more likely to keep a clean sheet against Villa, although they're both unlikely to keep a clean sheet. I'll have to see. I bought 2 City, unlike your 4 City. Diaz was a shoo-in.
You're on 3, aren't you?
4 now.
You got Alvarez as well?
Yes. I bought Alvarez and Diaz. Alvarez was easy because I can move off him in a few weeks. But the 2 or 3 moves that I've got lined up now, I need Nakamba for captaincy on Friday. He can go. And one of the Man City will be able to go eventually as well. And Colwill. Because I've got Jackson sitting there, I don't necessarily need Colwill. But after a little bit of time, I'm not going to need any Chelsea captaincy. So Mo Salah at some point is still on radar. I think I want him for the West Ham game, which is still 2 or 3 weeks away now, isn't it? 3 games away.